It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BCTV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm Roland Boyden alongside Kim Timledge, and this is 5:45 Live. Kim, thanks for coming back to the desk here with me. That's great. Tonight, Sanctuary for the Occupy Brattleboroers. All the latest on the Melrose Terrace drama from Christine Hart. VY is back in business. Heat for Vermonters goes in short supply. And also, Vermonters plan a human circle around the White House. And of course, we'll do Friday's usual allotment of cute animals. We do it all in 15 minutes, so hopefully you get time to stick with us here on 5:45 Live.
I handed a letter requesting sanctuary to Pastor Kara McFadden of the Center Congregational Church, and we at Occupy Brattleboro are asking for sanctuary to protect us from persecution for exercising our First Amendment rights for the town. Pressuring the church to sign the quitclaim deed deeding the common over to the town. It's in danger of putting me back into that position where the town wants to arrest me for trespassing.
Welcome back to 5:45 Live. That's Tony Gilbert, the local resident whose findings deterred the town of Brattleboro from policing protesters occupying the common after it was determined that the property in fact belonged to the Center Congregational Church, not the municipality. He is asking the church to maintain control of the property and provide sanctuary for the protesters. His petition has been circulated around town. All right, Kim, what do we got next?
Next, the fate of the Brattleboro Housing Authority's Melrose Terrace development and its residents will come down to a DRB ruling this Monday, as the property's repair estimates will be analyzed in regard to FEMA's guidelines.
Earlier today, I spoke with BHA ED Christine Hart, along with two BHA commissioners, about the upcoming decision and how it affects the now homeless residents of the terrace.
What we hope will come out of the meeting with the DRB is that they will accept our market study and they will accept the cost estimates from our contractor, John Burnell, and that in doing so, the costs of the final repair for these 5 buildings will be under the 50%, which is the FEMA limit.
And they've got rules and regulations, and we want to abide by them. We have to abide by them. It's not the rules that we're quibbling about, it's the interpretation of the rules, which in this case is the assessed value of the buildings versus the fair market value of the buildings.
We do recognize that the buildings are in the floodway and the floodway fringe. We have acknowledged publicly and in meetings with the town that we need to do something about that. But my feeling is I know that that's a longer term project. So my short term goal is to get folks back into their homes, and then we can begin the work of really figuring out what do we do about the fact that we do have these buildings in a floodway and in a floodway fringe.
And our main concern isn't the buildings themselves, it's the people. We have 26 people who are elderly and disabled who don't have a home. They lost their community, they've lost anything they have to do with, on top of having the trauma of the flood. They're your grandparents, your parents. They're the woman who made the cookies for when you were in elementary school. They're part of our community, and they've been part of the community their entire lives, and they need our help.
DRB's meeting in this very room Monday. There's chairs over there for people who want to come in, give their 2 cents.
If you support affordable housing, especially for the elderly and disabled in Brattleboro, we would like you to come. At the end of the meeting on Monday night, we want to be able to call these 26 people and tell them they can go home.
All right. That full interview, it's about 15 minutes and has a lot of great information and some more poignant points. That can be found on this here BCTV Channel 8 at 8 p.m. tonight if you want to watch it. It's also available on our website, BrattleboroTV.org, on our video on demand library. It'll show this weekend. And the DRB meeting they're talking about, as Tom Fennell mentioned, is in the Select Board meeting room of this very 238 Main Street, just north of the library here on Main Street. It starts at 7 p.m. It's open to the public, and it will be broadcast live on BCTV at 7 p.m. on Channel 10. I know the folks from the BHA would love if people show up and voice their opinions on what has turned into quite a local issue. All right, Kim, I'll turn it back over to you. What is next?
Well, Vermont Yankee is back up and running as of 11:52 a.m. on Tuesday, and it's a scheduled refueling and maintenance effort, which happens about every 18 months. It's the 29th refueling and maintenance outage in the history of the plant.
There you go. All right, and of course the fate of that highly contentious plant remains in the hands of the courts, but for now it is open once more. All right, next, with temperatures plummeting, heating assistance is no longer on the back burner. 2 days ago, Governor Shumlin announced that he has authorized $13 million in state funds for the LIHEAT program. Earlier this week, HHS announced it would be accepting only $11.5 million from Congress, despite the fact that Vermont legislators expected Congress to raise the amount. At his Tuesday press conference, the governor stressed the importance of keeping Vermonters warm.
I want to bring you up to date on recent developments. This is a matter that I'm extraordinarily concerned about, that I know that Vermonters are concerned about, at a time when oil prices are pushing $4 a gallon, which is roughly 40 cents higher than the average last year at this time. Washington is threatening to drastically reduce the funding for our most vulnerable Vermonters, seniors, and others who we need to keep warm this winter.
The additional $2.5 million needed will be appropriated from the Weatherization Fund, but Shumlin stressed that the transfer would be only temporary while the state waits for Washington to, quote, do the right thing. All right, and we'll move on talking about Vermonters that are planning to head down to Washington, D.C. to partake in a human circle that protesters are set to put all around the White House. They're protesting the XL pipeline, which, or some know it as the tar sands pipeline, which will run all the way down through the U.S. and through some aquifers, which is not great if you have any concerns about the environment. BC TV and 545 Live producer Catherine Turnus, running mate of yours, caught up with the Town of Brattleboro Energy Director Paul Cameron about the protest, which he's involved with as well.
We have 2 buses going down of Vermonters, over 100 people. We have a unique opportunity because President Obama has said that he will make the final decision on whether to allow the Keystone XL pipeline to be constructed from Alberta down to Houston, Texas. So that's why we're going to Washington tomorrow to encircle the White House and send a clear message to Obama that we expect him to stick to his campaign promise that this would be the generation that ends the tyranny of oil.
And I'll send it back to you, Kim, for what's next.
Great, Roland. So it's winter. It's time to snuggle up with something warm. It's time to take a look at Windham County's Dog of the Week. Take a look at this clip.
This is Dolly. She is a 2-year-old terrier, and she is looking for a new home. She's kind of hyper, but she could use some more training. And she needs a new family, so come visit Dolly.
All right, if you're interested in Dolly, you can find out more at WCHS4pets.org. Here's our little animation for that. WCHS4 in the numerical sense, pets.org. But before you head down Route 30 to the Humane Society's 916 West River Road space to pick up a dog, check in with them on their website or by calling 802-254-2232. to make sure the cute critter in question is still available for you. And of course, we do this every Friday, Kim, so
Yes.
Save
those dogs.
That's right. They sure could use a home. So head on down there. And, you know, Dolly, great dog, but there's some other great dogs there as well. So, all right, looks like with that, it's time for our weekend calendar. Gotta get the animation going before we can go into the calendar. Yeah, that's right. It's Friday. We got a slew of events coming up. Let's see, Kim, what's new on the entertainment scene here?
There's more than we could possibly cover in a few minutes, but I will take a stab at this in being the gallery walk tonight. and a big weekend in and all around. A Find Marbo Ardvidson benefit concert at the Stone Church at Saturday, and it's from 6 to 10, and all are welcome.
Sunday at 3 p.m. at the All Souls Church, an afternoon of songs from the hills, Vermont. For more information, contact Brattleboro Music Center, 802-257-4523, or visit www.bmcvt.org. And next, traditional Irish Celtic music on Saturday at the Emmanuel Episcopal Church, 20 Church Street, Bellows Falls, starting at 7:30 p.m. For more information on that one, that number is 802-463-3100. Of course, we have to memorize all these phone numbers.
Yeah.
It's not going to read them from anywhere. Next, a folk pop quartet, Girly Man plus Coyote Grace are rocking the Next Stage in Putney on Saturday, starting at 7:30 p.m. For more information, call 802-254-9276 or go to www.girlyman.com or www.coyotegrace.com. I'll throw it back to you, Kim.
And for children of all ages, the New England Youth Theater's produce of James and the Giant Peach will open tonight at 7 p.m. and will run until November 13th. For tickets or more information, go to www.neyt.com or call 802-246-6398. They do a great job. Be sure to catch it if you can.
They do a terrific job. All right, and if somehow you figure out how to be in more than one place at the same time, as you need to do to catch up on all the events around Brattleboro, you can check the whole section on Thursday in the Reformers Ovation section, or find out more at brattlebororeformer.com. They cover all the latest arts. In addition, you can do what I do when I'm compiling this show and go to ibrattleboro.com, where their calendar is updated to the minute by individuals and organizations themselves from around the community. It's people putting in their own events, so it's sure to be the latest information. And let's see, what's next? Kim?
Well, Catherine and I will be out on town tonight talking to you all, if we can, with some of the people who will be enjoying the night and would love to speak to you. It's just a great time to get together on Gallery Walk, lots of exhibitions in our local community, and we have a clip from some interviews that we did earlier, which was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Let's take a look.
We're looking at Main Street tonight in Brattleboro for the Gallery Walk. We're on 545 Live. We're sitting outside of Amy's, and we'll be talking with local gallery owners as well as store owners to see how they've managed through not only the fire in Brattleboro, but also the recent hurricane. So we're upstairs at Vermont Artesian Design with Greg. It's one of my favorite places to come for Gallery Walk. There's usually lots of people mingling around. There's a piano player, like Greg mentioned. We're at Adivasi, and I'm with Alyssa, and we're nestled in on the most awesome chairs. They're so comfortable, I want to buy one. And they're dog friendly. I have Magic, he's joining us.
All right, Kim, great stuff. And you'll be back out on the street getting more Gallery Walk stuff as well. Also, the Occupy Brattleboro movement is continuing this weekend. You can catch up with folks at the Wells Fountain at 2 p.m. For more, we're going to send it back to our interview with Tony Gilbert. And let's take a look at that clip.
We're meeting Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Common. And there are also people meeting all over town in support of Occupy Wall Street at Wells Fountain and the River Garden. But, you know, we're going to be marching through town just to try to create some visibility and let people know that we're still there and that the people are ready to take back the government.
All right, that about wraps it up for our calendar. But if we missed your event or you want more coverage than just us yammering away here, then email me, Roland at BrattleboroTV.org. There's the graphic for you, ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. Not only can we list your event here on the show, but we can try and get you or someone from your organization on camera to put a face to your event. All right. With all that said, it's time to wrap up for the night, Kim. Unfortunately, we're running out of time for the quick glance, but thanks all for joining us, and we'll be sure to talk to you next week.